Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lord Rick. Good morning on this crisp Sunday at sunup. We're here in the Lassen National Forest and Lassen Volcanic Monument we just left from. You can rent flashlights here, but this is a subway cave. What? Oh.
It says no food or drink allowed.
I won't tell nobody. But anyways, yeah, my sense of humor gets the best of me sometimes. Sorry about that. The subway cave is a lava tube, and the reason why I decided to do a lava tube first is because I feel it's a good introduction to what Lassen's about. Lassen is the land of volcanoes. Obviously, I mean, it's dormant volcano that's here is one of the largest in the world. And we just left that site, and now we're going to explore this lava tube. Rivers of molten rock. Lava began spewing from deep cracks in the earth 30,000 years ago. Rivers of molten red rock crawled northward 16 miles, covering the floor of Hat Creek Valley. While the top crust cooled and hardened, the rivers of hot lava, insulated by the newly formed rock above, continuing to flow. Eventually, the lava drained away, leaving lava tube-like cave. Subway cave is a large accessible tube in the flow. And see, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you guys where we were. Okay, this is the Lassen National Forest. Here's Subway Cave, and we came from Lassen Peak. We actually stood right below it. It's covered in snow. Also, the Vista Point overlooks Lassen Peak, and then Mount Shasta is up over here, which we also seen. Oh, this one here?
Yeah, this shows the inside of the cave.
Oh, cool.
See?
The Stub Toe Hall, wind tunnel, cul-de-sac, the lava tube, volcano, the Sanctum. Oh, the Sanctum. Lavaicicles. Never heard of lavaicicles.
Lavaicicles.
Lavaicicles Lane. Partial collapse. Plant roots growing through ceiling. Burst lava bubbles. And look, there's a stairwell out. Rattlesnake collapse, it says. Caves may pose danger to visitors due to falling rocks, uneven footing, and other hazards. Well, yeah. This easy 1.3-mile walk will lead you through the underground world of a lava tube. It begins and ends at the parking area. Take a good light or two, a jacket, and follow the interpretive signs for self-guiding tour. Folks, looks like I'm going to just do this for fun. There you go. This is the land of the volcanoes. There's a lot of lava tubes. A lot of people theorize that the alien life or UFOs and Bigfoot sightings, that maybe these creatures live underground in lava caverns and lava tubes. So we're climbing on up the steps. This is follow the interpretive signs. Well, that one's gone. Jeez. Wow. Sugarloaf. Almost looks like desert here, huh? Oh, here we go. Hold on. Yeah, that's like the other one. Take some pictures. They have stairs going down at least. Wow. Some pretty big, large tubes. And you have one over here. Dang. That looks like that dead ends. Interesting. That must be the cul-de-sac. Wow. Here's some interesting facts. This is Molten Lava River. About 2,000 years ago, a crack opened in the valley floor 2 miles from here towards Lassen Peak. From this fissure flowed a river of red-hot molten lava. The lava ran down the valley floor toward the spot where you are standing. As it flowed, it began to cool and thicken like warm fudge. Individual fingers of soft material oozed out of the main flow and were frozen into rounded edges by rock by the cool air. If you're standing on top of one of these ridges, almost as if this ridge were the burrow of a giant mole, it is hollow inside. And this is Subway Cave right here. That's how caves are formed in this region of Lassen. It's all volcanic. And I'll tell you what, I just visited Lassen Peak and the Chaos Crags, which was pretty spooky. Because you know, if you fall off one of those cliffs, you're done. And there's cliffs all around that peak. You can hike to the top. There are also cliffs everywhere. So it's a hell of a peak. But into the Subway Caves we go. I'm going to take a few more photos. Wow, look at that. I think I'll set up the tripod here too. This is the entrance. This is really cool. I wonder why this is off limits. It makes me want to go in there. So this area just all collapsed right here. Yeah, the weight gave way. Oh look, it's hollow right there. That's hollow, yeah. Well, no wonder why the rocks weakened and it collapsed. You could see it breaking away right there. Wow. This place ought to be pretty cool. Get my flashlight. It's 58 degrees. Wow. Oh my God, is it cold in here. Is that like ice on the ceilings? No, it's lichen. Wow.
Those cracks and shit in the ceiling.
Into the darkness we go. This place is, when you really think about it, it's a pretty spooky cave. I mean, this is a tube. And it's like almost a perfect tube, the way it's formed. The walls are all smooth. Welcome to the land of volcanoes, folks. Today we're going to actually stand on a caldera in a volcano. That's part of the whole Lassen experience, is to do the lava tubes, do a volcano. You know, we've experienced it all since we've been out near Susanville and Lassen National Forest. Okay, into the darkness we go. Stub Toe Hall. The floor is very rough as the hot lava drained out of the cave floor. The jagged stones embedded in the froth are the form of pumice that was carried along the lava. Wow, you can't really see anything on film, even with my flashlight, but are they talking about this right here?
No, this.
On the ground. Oh, I see it. So that's the pumice. That's what we're walking on?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the wind tunnel.
This portion of the cave gets its name from the slight breeze that you may be able to feel from your cheek, or on your cheek. On the walls you can see the marks left behind by two separate lava flows that pass through the caves. The first flow left a thin, high water mark on the wall about 12 inches from the roof. In the second flow, the lava was cooler and left more chunky line about 3 feet off the floor.
Take the fork to the left at the end of the wind tunnel. Caution, the floor is rough and the ceiling is low.
Oh, so in other words, you're telling me not to hit my head.
Yes.
So, where am I looking for this?
Right here, see?
This crack?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, okay.
See, it's two different.
I do. There's one higher and there's one lower. Here's the second one right up here. See the crack? That's where the water line was. It actually cracked the tube. Oh, this is the cul-de-sac. You can talk.
Lucifer's cul-de-sac. Sometimes short fingers of lava branch out from the main flow. This chamber was formed when the side stream of lava halted and returned to the main flow. Look at the long ridges in the floor. They're probably pressure ridges caused by compression of the lava floor. Flash your light to the ceiling. Do you see sparkles? Often the ceiling is covered with tiny drops of water that gleam like jewels in lantern light. This is a percolating groundwater, and then the amount varies with the moisture in the ground above. Lucifer's cul-de-sac.
Oh yeah. So basically, this is the dead end in the cave. And what it's trying to say is the water droplets look like gems. I seen one, actually seen a couple. Oh, see the twinkles on my camera, folks? It looks like sparkly gems. Those are fine, pure drops of water inside this cavern. We're actually inside a huge room. The Sanctum, as the lava flowed down the valley, it widened at this point and formed a large chamber within the cave. The ceiling here is 15 feet high. The roof is 20 feet thick. If you look carefully near the wall where the floor slopes upward, you will see two lava tube volcanoes. These were formed by gases and hot lava bubbling up through the semi-molten floor of the cave. So in other words, we're also standing where two volcanoes were. Wow. You're not going to see it on film, folks, but this chamber is like 50 feet across and 50 feet the opposite direction. Wow. They call this the subway tunnel because it actually looks like a subway tunnel for most of the hike through this location. It's an arched tunnel, big enough for a tractor trailer or at least a small SUV, 2 SUVs. Actually, the tunnel is 3 SUVs wide, and then there's certain parts that are 15 feet high, but you could, in one section of tunnel, you could drive a tractor trailer through it. Huh?
Lavaicicles.
Oh, are these the lavaicicles? Do you see any good ones? Here's one. So let's see, what does it say? This probably talks about them, huh? Yep, lavaicicle lane. When most of the molten lava drained out, the remaining lava still molten began to drip off the ceiling and form drip pendants or lavaicicles. They are sharp little points, so watch your head if you are very tall. Well, I'm not 7 or 8 feet tall, and I don't play for the NBA, so I guess I'm okay. It says try to find the cracks across the floor. Take a look and see if you can tell how deep they go. Are you standing on top of another tube? In other words, there's multiple tubes below this cavern. So when I see a crack, I'll make sure I videotape it. Oh man, look at the points. Look at the needle. They're like needles. Lavaicicles. Wow, those are sharp. Whew. This crack you see, ladies and gentlemen, is what they're trying to say on the plaque, is that it, for all you know, this crack could go a mile down into the mantle, but there are other lava tubes below it. In other words, the other lava tubes are starting to collapse and deteriorate, and it's causing fractures in the lava tubes above it, including this one. There could be 5-6 lava tubes below us. Some could be even larger than this. There's lava tubes that you can drive dump trucks in. So I could imagine some of the lava tubes deeper down below Lassen get very large. Lassen is hot. It's like I say, it's all volcanic. There's lava running and steam everywhere. It's a hotbed of lava, and you know, the thing is, Lassen Peak could erupt any time. They have a seismic center to keep an eye on Lassen Peak in case it erupts again. It could be devastating for the people that live here. But this crack just, it's creepy. Wow. Get a picture and...
I mean, it's really ripples.
What's the ripples for?
Because this is where the lava's, it's cooling down into an end.
Oh. Volcanic ash? Or just lava in general cooling
Just
down?
Lava cooling. That's why
It's very rigid. Well, this plaque's huge too. Partial collapse. Cooling of the solidified lava caused shrinking and cracking, which weakened areas from the shell. It said where the shell was thin and allowed them to collapse. The pile of boulders here is a result of such a collapse. Along the same wall, just ahead of the rubble pile, you can see traces of another collapse. That occurred while the lava was still flowing. The jagged bits of rock in the wall were partially melted by the heat of the cave. This rubble pile was carried off by still flowing lava. Oh, I see the pile of rocks. Sheesh, you won't want to be under there, huh? Flashlight keeps dimming out. If you were stood under here, it's game over. Some of these weigh thousands. Look at that one. That's thousands of.
One of those volcano things they were talking about?
Oh, yeah. It's filled up and cooled, but this probably went, could go miles down. It is. I see the light. Oh, the kiosker. It's missing for this site. Probably to talk about this. It's probably, bubbling up from multiple lava tubes pushing its way towards the surface. It's pretty amazing. We have a cave to the right, a cave to the left. It's actually all the same cavern or lava tube. It does connect from one end to the other. I'm sure my mouth's open when you got my pick. Sorry. I talk, and then I never use those picks because I'm like, damn, I'm talking. It's a pretty wide cavern entrance right in here. 30 feet across. You could fit a subway train car almost in this tunnel. Wow. Wow. Awesome stuff. That's the ceiling to the lava tube right here.
Yeah.
All these cracked rocks, ruptured lava rock. I can't believe people got lost here. They're like, I couldn't find my way out. I was lost in the forest. Jesus, there's a scenic pic. That's Lassen. Oh yeah. The parking lot's just a few hundred feet away. Smells nice out here. Nice fresh air. No, not anymore. Smelled pretty bad at the entrance. I don't know what the deal was with that. It might have been that brush is an invasive type, and usually there's giant weeds, and when they bloom, they might create a odor, a not so nice odor. Lassen National Forest, first time hiking here. Now we'll be hiking all around the Shasta Forest, because Bernie Falls is spring fed, and I'm sure that they get their water from Shasta, which is not too far from there. It's like 6 or 7 waterfalls into this giant pool, and you can go up and hike around it. Wow, look at that. That's a deep hole right there. Don't fall down there. There's a trail to the left and a trail to the right.
That trail's blocked off.
Oh. Yeah. Fall down a lava tube. Pretty long ways down there. That's the pit of death. So for anybody that's trying to find this place, be forewarned, GPS does not work. There's a lot of lava flowing underground and thermal energy, and it messes with the satellites. That's just something that you may want to keep an eye out for. So it's good to map out your stuff ahead of time. Even print it out. I could have printed the map to go with this place. I didn't. I also took someone's advice on a review site, and it wasn't down the street I thought it was, but we found it anyways. We were only like a half-mile away from, there's the parking lot, I could see it. We were only about a half-mile from it when Tammy went in and asked the gas station attendant. People are very nice up here. All the people I've met have been pretty cool, actually. I love this area. So we're just about done. Parking lot's a little ways ahead. The next place will be Bernie Falls. I'm putting these places on the site not so much for paranormal. It's more like this is just a cool place we visited. Check it out if you want to check it out type of thing. I do feel sharing the cave with my friends. They'll be more adamant about moving out here and joining our team. They'll be like, yeah, that's cool, I want to come out there. So hopefully this will motivate our viewers to come on out and hike with us, journey, camp, fish, search for the paranormal, or anything strange for that matter. And this is just an example of all the great things we do, everything from caves to cemeteries, asylums, abandoned buildings, wilderness areas. Yeah. This is the cave entrance we came down, remember? Well, check out our site for more expeditions like these at www.paranormalghostsociety.org in the investigation archives. It's vast. It could take you a year just to go through it all. Thousands of photos, now video productions, EVPs. But I guarantee you'll enjoy whatever it is that we have to offer. So check us out. Look at these prickly purple plants. Jeez, that's pretty though at the end.